We begin the show at the home of cricket, Lords, where a very special ceremony took place recently to honour one of the greats of the game.
Gives me great pleasure to introduce the 71st inductee of the ICC Hall of Fame, an absolute legend of the game, one of the great cricketers of all time with over 1,000 international wickets, the one and only Shane Warne.
And once the induction formalities were done and dusted, the newest member of the ICC Cricket Hall of Fame sat down with us for an exclusive chat about his illustrious career.
It's a very proud moment, to be recognised by your peers and being inducted into a Hall of Fame, which is pretty special. You can't get much higher achievement than that. So I feel very privileged and very honoured to be in such elite company.
Shane Keith Warne's cricketing CV speaks volumes. World Cup triumphs, Ashes victories, countless Man of the Match and Man of the Series awards, heaps of wickets, voted as one of the 5 cricketers of the century, and widely regarded as the best leg spin bowler to have ever played the sport. Soon after being inducted into the ICC Cricket Hall of Fame, Warne announced his retirement from all forms of the game, bringing an end to what has been a remarkable career spanning over 2 decades.
I'd like to think that I brought something to the game of cricket that was different at the time when I sort of started in the early 90s, 91, 92, a long time ago now, but I think I helped make spin bowling a bit more sexy and fun and cool and all that when it was just all fast bowlers. So I'd like to think that I sort of helped make cricket more interesting to watch. I like to think that I inspired young kids to go out there and try and be spin bowlers and take up cricket. So that's quite a good legacy to leave. And I also helped Australia become #1 team in the world. I was part of, along with a lot of other players, to help Australia be pretty dominant through the 90s and 2000s.
After breaking into the Australian team in 1992, Warne announced himself to the world the following year against England. The setting was Old Trafford in Manchester, and in his first ball of his first ever Ashes test, Warne produced a peach of a delivery. The ball pitched outside leg and went on to hit Mike Gatting's off stump. It became recognised as the ball of the century and also catapulted Shane into instant stardom.
The ball of the century was a fluke. It really was. I never did it again, first ball in any time. So it really was a fluke, but I think it was meant to be. As a leg spinner, we always want to bowl a perfect leg break every ball, but I managed to do it first up, which was pretty, as I said, it was a fluke really. But I don't want it back. It sort of changed my whole life really, both on the field and off the field. It was one of those deliveries that all leg spinners we want to bowl, and I'm proud I bowled it, and especially to someone like Mike Gatting, who was a fantastic player.
The ball of the century may have been a one-off, but there was no fluke in what was to come in the years to follow. Warne bamboozled the world's best batsman with his leg spin, and there was simply no stopping him. Perhaps what made him a smarter bowler was that in addition to pinpoint accuracy, he believed in keeping things simple. For Warne, as he's affectionately known, the most memorable moment was an Ashes hat-trick against England in the 94-95 series.
The first one was Philip de Freitas LBW, he didn't pick a straight one. The next one was an overspinner to Darren Gough when Ian Healy took a fantastic catch. And then Devon Malcolm coming out looking like the Michelin Man with that much padding on. David Boone's birthday took an absolute blinder at short leg with a top spinner. So, it was one of those things at your home ground at the MCG. It was pretty amazing to do that, and in front of family and friends. It's always a great time of year, that Christmas time with your family and friends. The Boxing Day Test match is a pretty special event, and to do that at Boxing Day, my home ground, was pretty amazing.
Despite the fame, thanks to his stunning leg breaks and formidable flippers, there were several hurdles that came his way too. Controversies on and off the field, plus injuries took their toll in the late 90s and early 2000s. But Shane dug in and came out of that dark period as a much stronger individual.
It's a tough few years there, but once I got through that sort of stuff, and sort of everything went okay again. So it was pretty nice. It was pretty tough, but that's the ups and downs of everything. I don't think anyone's had a smooth sail on and off the field through injuries and all sorts of things, and rehab, etc. In any of their career, if you play for a long period of time, I think I made my debut in 1990 in first class cricket. I've just finished now January 2013. Had 23 years of playing at the top level, plus a few years before that of state squads and first class squads and things like that. So around cricket for 25 years at first class cricket, it's a long time. So to play that long, you know, I'm pretty proud of playing that long actually.
You can see the intent was a bit more this over. Alistair Cook made...
While he's called time on his playing career, Warne is still very much involved with cricket as a TV commentator and pundit. That, along with playing poker, his charitable activities, being a dad, and having a celebrity fiancée, his calendar is quite packed, but Shane believes life is all about finding the right balance.
I'm pretty lucky to be dabbling in a few different things, you know. I love my poker. I've got my Shane Warne Foundation, which we raise money for seriously ill and underprivileged children. We've raised around $7 million so far. So we've been able to make a significant difference to children and families' lives, which is something I'm very proud of. I've got sponsorship commitments, the father. So by the time we juggle all of that sort of stuff, and then, you know, you're allowed to have a relationship as well. So with Elizabeth and myself, we try and find as much time as we can. And, you know, sometimes we're down the pecking order in priorities, which we need to sort of get right. But, you know, so juggling all of that, 2 continents, school schedules, 4 children's school schedules is quite difficult. So I've got a pretty full book at the moment, so I don't think I've got time to coach and do a lot of those things. I'm always happy to help out anyone in any team, especially Australia, obviously. They might, you know, I'd like to help them out whenever I can, and I'll help Darren Lehman and Michael Clark, who are 2 good friends. So yeah, look, I'm pretty happy with I'm in a good space at the moment. I'm very happier than I've ever been. Fit and healthier than I've ever been. Children are good, so life's pretty good.
Whether it was magic with the ball on the field or the character he was off it, Shane Warne will always be remembered as one of the finest players in history. The King of Spin certainly deserves all the honours and accolades that keep coming his way, and no matter where he goes or what he does in the years to come, Warne has left a lasting impression on the game of cricket.